Hi, this is Adam Lamb, CEO of Slim Supplements, home of the cleanest weight loss product on the market, and you are listening to SuppTalk Radio.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to SuppTalk Radio. Grab a protein bar, shake, or whatever you enjoy doing while listening to our show. My guests, that's right, guests, today have been blowing up social media with their brand new product, Guardian Black. As always, we'll discuss the cool name, products, philosophy, and whatever else the journey takes us on. Allow me to introduce both Joe and Keegan of SIlverback Nutraceuticals. Folks, welcome to the show.
Hey, Sean, thank you for having us on.
Thank you so much.
Well, I'm excited. As you mentioned off the air, it's very rare that I get two people. And with no disrespect, it's very rare that I have a female on the show. So I'm excited. So we have going to hopefully hit lots of different demographics today.
Oh, yeah, definitely something new.
So now, folks, I know you guys are pretty much a brand new company, in this crazy supplement world. What made you guys decide to jump into the supplement pool?
To be honest, it's actually been 5 years since I've been thinking about this. And it finally took about 3 years into it to actually pull the trigger about it. And we're really excited to get this brand off. We've been in production. We've been thinking about formulating for the last 2 years. And it's really excited to get everything going and whatnot.
So when did you guys officially, thinking about 5 years, when did you guys, officially launch doing the website and everything else?
We started this in December 2016, so actually really recent.
Interesting. And now, Keegan, what made you guys come up with the name? I think it's a great name, obviously fierce and having to do with the gorilla.
So we chose Silverback because mainly it represents strength, family, a tribe. So all of our ambassadors, if they have a competition or if they need help moving, stuff like that, we're always going to be there. We're a group, we're a family, and also it represents integrity and power and, like I said, kind of that strength and also that bond.
Gotcha. And you guys, you're officially launching the product today. Is that what I understand?
Yes, Guardian Black will be released today, and I'll also be announcing a coupon code for you guys also.
Awesome. So now, when you mentioned starting the company, I mean, what was the industry lacking? What were you trying to, what are you guys trying to prove with the company and the product?
Well, we just noticed that a lot of products, pre-workout, they were lacking maybe creatine, or you had to buy a separate pump agent with it. And so we stuck to workouts where it's all-in-one products, formulas, clinically dosed, where you see results once you go through the whole bottle, and just premium products at a reasonable price. And then also we're really big on customer service, so if anyone has any questions, they can definitely, it's easy to get in contact with us if they have any questions about anything, even if it's not related to the product. If they have questions about health or workouts and stuff, we're always there to provide that customer service and that value to the customer.
And I also feel like the industry also lacks value to the customer. I feel a lot of times when you buy a supplement from, mainstream, it's, one and done. You don't hear from them, and that's what it is. And we want to add more value. We want to, check up on the customer, see how they're doing on the product, if the product's right for them, any suggestions or anything like that.
And you've been very good with doing that, because I guess the way I came across you folks is I've got a little network of friends, and I've been watching them post their reviews and their feedback, and it's been absolutely great. And when I see, certain friends posting stuff that I'm going to consider almost experts just because they've been using supplements forever, that's always a good gauge that this is a company that I need to reach out to. One of my close friends, Dan Fry, and another gentleman, Nico Montana, put you guys over, and I figured, let's connect. And I'm glad to have you guys on the show.
Yeah, we saw that. I'm glad it happened.
So now the one thing too that I want to point out is you guys are a full transparent non-prop label. Is that based on integrity, or what made you guys decide to go full disclosure?
We want full disclosure for a lot of reasons. One, because we feel that, with prop blends, we do feel like it's underdosed, even if, the grams do match up with, the full serving size. A lot of ingredients are underdosed or have fillers, buffers, or, like other ingredients such like that.
Gotcha. Now, if we could spend a couple of minutes, let's talk specifically about the Guardian Black, and let's talk about some of the ingredients and maybe what made you choose those.
Awesome.
Okay, so the first one we were going to talk about is the creatine HCl. So we noticed a lot with the creatine monohydrate in the pre-workouts that it can kind of blow you out and slow you down. But the creatine HCl is much quicker absorbing, and it just kind of helps you build strength and endurance. And I feel like my muscles don't fatigue as quick when I have it in there.
And what I like about the creatine HCl also is that it can be used by anyone also. So it can be used by endurance athletes, strength trainers, power lifters, any of those type of athletes.
Cyclists.
Now, being HCl, do you need less of a dosage versus like a monohydrate? I don't know if studies have proven or disproven something like that.
We actually have a full clinical dosage, which is 2 grams, which is perfect right before your workout. And then we also then add in about 1 gram of agmatine sulfate, which causes more of the pump, and then also 200 milligrams of Norblane too to recycle the pump also. So you do have a good pump in that pre-workout.
And I think that's interesting because Norvaline gets a little bit, I don't say a bad rap, but I don't think many people know about it. You might see Norvaline in single percentage, maybe 5% of pre-workouts out there. I'm a big advocate of it, and I like to see it in the product, which is great for you guys.
Yeah, the only time I've really seen Norvaline really was in pump products and whatnot. And when I added Norvaline into my pre-workout, it's always been phenomenal.
Gotcha. And you've got a hefty dosage of citrulline malate in here as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. We want it at the full clinical dosage. We want the individual to experience a great pump, a great, power, strength, and we definitely do want them to get bigger.
And what are the other some of the other great things on here that maybe people aren't looking at the website but listening to the show?
We actually added the 2 amino acids, so heptene instead of the DMA. So it's a little bit lighter, so you don't get as jittery or.
And there's no really negative side effects. Like for the DMAA, when I tried it in some of the other pre-workouts for women, it can give you headaches. If you get headaches easily, and it gave me migraine, so it's kind of in my opinion, a better form of that.
Interesting, and hopefully this will maybe avoid some of the DMAA craziness that's going on right now.
Yeah.
So, and then you guys have a hefty dosage of 2 different types of caffeine in here.
Oh yeah, we definitely went a little bit on the caffeine. We do have 300 milligrams of caffeine anhydrous and also 150 milligrams of dicaffeine malate. The reason for the 150 milligrams of dicaffeine malate because it doesn't cause a crash throughout the day and whatnot when you take the pre-workout. You also feel a little bit more energized throughout the day.
Yeah, so it's kind of, instead of a crash, you have a steady flow of energy, and it kind of just tapers off throughout the afternoon if you take it in the morning.
Interesting. And a product that I'm not familiar with, and I'm probably going to butcher this, estrogen?
Oh, estrogen.
Estrogen, there you go.
So instead of the normal, like, black pepper extract, the estrogen helps with absorption rate. So it just kicks in a little bit faster.
Oh, nice.
We also want to be a little bit more unique compared to, our competitors and whatnot that kind of uses the black pepper extract. We want to be a little bit more unique, adding the estrogen, which kind of causes a little bit more quicker absorption rate.
Yeah, so even though it's a little more expensive, it works a little better than the black pepper extract for the absorption. And
then you have synephrine as well for a little bit of the thermogenic effect.
Oh yeah, definitely. We definitely have the synephrine for the kick and also kind of like hit the body temperature.
So is this almost? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we also did add in the 200 milligrams of L-theanine also. So kind of like those users that kind of get like a little bit too hyped up on the caffeine, the theanine will actually reduce the stress and anxiety and promote relaxation without being tired, and you'll stay focused.
So now, would this be considered, because it's almost, when I look at the ingredients, almost that fine line of, would it be considered more on a pre-workout, or is it a little bit of a thermogenic, or is it a little bit of both with some pump involved?
I really love this question because this is what we really want this product to stand out as, kind of like an all-in-one product that's going to help you build lean muscle while losing stubborn belly fat at the same time.
Gotcha. And obviously this product, go ahead, I'm sorry, Keegan.
I was going to say it is slightly thermogenic. It will heat you up and, like you said, help you lose fat, but it's not one of those crazy ones that's going to make you sweat. It's more of that mass-building pump and pre-workout.
And obviously with the higher levels of caffeine and obviously great dosage of everything else, this is more, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this product is geared more towards more of the trained athlete and not the kind of weekend warrior. And correct me if I'm wrong.
It can be used by the weekend warrior, actually. If you just want to do a half a scoop compared to a full scoop, so you definitely still have the same energy, focus. You definitely, and it'll also build up the tolerance also for those individuals. But yeah, this product can be used by anyone, athletes, gym rats, cyclists, mountain climbers, anyone who's into physical activity.
And then to round off, and maybe it wasn't mentioned, you've also got a hefty dose of beta-alanine as well.
Yes, we have about 3.2 grams of beta-alanine.
Interesting. And again, just to reiterate, the product is officially available as of today.
Yes, it is officially available today. We are shipping out pre-orders today, actually, for the people who have pre-ordered, and we're actually adding a special gift for those people who pre-ordered and also our contest winners.
And explain to me, because I know Tiger's Blood. I've never tried a product of Tiger's Blood. What would you, or can you kind of relate it to a flavor that people might know, or a mixture of?
I guess the best way to describe the flavor is kind of like a pineapple, citrusy, light coconut taste, but it tastes really good. It's kind of it's more of a tropical taste. It's been good every time I take it. I never get used to it. And we are also coming out with new flavors such as blue raz and also gummy candy and whatnot for it.
The gummy candy is very popular right now, and I personally like it. I know there's gummy and there's sour gummy. I have a product now that's sour gummy. It's different, but it's really neat.
Okay.
Yeah, so that'll be later down the line. But right now we just have the Tiger's Blood. But if there's anyone out there that doesn't like coconut, I'm not a huge fan of coconut. But it's like you said, it's just a hint of it, and it's mainly like a tropical kind of like pineapple taste. So it's really good.
And I give you guys credit, not to diminish other people or the companies, that you guys are doing a flavor that's a little bit different. I know sometimes they play safe to the vest going with fruit punch, which isn't bad, but it's nice to see something different for the flavor palette.
Yeah, we definitely want to take a risk with it. We noticed that a lot of these companies that do come out with pre-workouts, it's usually, that typical fruit punch or blue raz, watermelon flavor. So we definitely want to come out with something new and unique, something that tastes good, just something different for the customer.
Yeah, and like Joe and I, we're really big into supplements, and we've, tried pretty much so many watermelon and fruit punch and blue raz products. We wanted to have something different that people weren't really used to.
Sure, and again, don't get me wrong. I mean, there are obviously companies that have those flavors. They're very popular. But again, I like something a little bit different on my palate. But like anything, people have their opinions, and that's just mine.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So now I know when we spoke offline, you've got some other products currently maybe manufacturing or R&D. What else is in the pipeline?
So we're coming out with a pet formula within the next month or two. So we're actually currently beta testing that and sampling it out. We're doing a charity event tomorrow, and we'll be passing it out there for anyone that wants to try it. And then we also are coming out with a women's cut formula and a women's bulk pre-workout. So that'll have the vitamins, antioxidants, and the vitamins are like the biotin, the B6 and B12 that women sometimes don't get their daily value. So that's in there to help with also like hair, skin, and nails. And yeah, we haven't really seen a pre-workout for women that's
specifically for bulking.
Yeah. So we definitely wanted to have that in there, and for women who want to gain strength and power and muscle, kind of like me. So.
And what? Obviously, I don't want you to divulge the secret sauce if it's not out yet. But maybe what type of things for a bulk? More like creatine, and maybe what other things?
Yeah, for the bulk with women's, we haven't fully formulated on it yet. We've been working on it for the last year and whatnot. But we did add in the creatine HDL. We also want to add in a little bit more mass-building ingredients. So we might add in a little bit more pump. And then also we are trying out adding in the D-aspartic acid also.
D-aspartic acid for a women's line?
Yes. So we may or may not add it, but we are going to beta test it.
Interesting. We'll definitely be following that because that's a new area that I've never thought of, and I don't know if tests have been done because you always hear DAA for more male, but definitely something interesting to follow for females.
Yeah, we kind of noticed going through the industry that there wasn't really a woman, bulk formula to gain muscle and whatnot. It was more about losing weight, gaining tone, and that's what we saw. And we wanted to create something a little bit more unique that will add, a little bit more value to the into
just women customers. And, as you can see by our athletes, we have pretty much, half women and half men. And we want to, for this company, we want to show our support for women as well as men. So we want to have products for both.
That's good because I think that's one of the things that's lacking with a lot of companies is like you guys are hitting it on the head is a lot of times pre-workouts are pretty much unisex or universal. But I know from talking with females and other companies, females want to see that own line that knows that it's catered for them. And I wish you guys well with that. I hope everything works out in that regards.
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll be, circling it out to our women athletes, and I'll be trying it, and we're definitely expecting great things from it.
And all of these will be in a powder form versus not a capsule or anything, or will they?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Just because it's a little bit quicker on absorption rate, and also because we want our customers to enjoy the taste also.
Gotcha. So walk us through, obviously you've got a great product now, Guardian Black. You've got some other things in the pipeline. How do you guys figure out what's next? I mean, are you following what the trends, or are you guys trying to break the trends? What goes through your mind when you're formulating kind of the R&D sitting around your coffee table type of thing?
To be honest, we want our flagship product to be our pre-workout. We definitely want our pre-workout to stand out the most, especially when it comes to, the women's side of it. And then also with the Guardian Black and the Guardian White, we definitely want those four to stand out the most. But when it comes to formulating and whatnot, what to, head in first, it's pretty much down the line. We want, pretty much, a pre-workout to stand out, and then eventually come out with the fat burner, BCA. We want to have a whole sports nutrition line.
And I think that's important because that's, and I hate to keep being the negative side, but companies have great products, and I think sometimes there's not enough. You kind of hit on the head, kind of one-stop shop, like get everything from that website and then have to shop 2-3 different areas.
Oh yeah, definitely. We want to have everything, work together and whatnot. Kind of like our fat burner and pre-workout, they'll both work out together, get better results. So that's what we're kind of heading for. We want everything to go together, stand out, work great.
Gotcha. And I know you guys are still in infancy, and have you guys thought about, 2-year plan, 5-year plan, or is that just too much? Because again, you guys are just coming out of the gate.
Yeah, to be honest, we're just starting out. So yeah, we did think about a 2-year plan, but 5 years, we haven't got to that point, because we started out with this company with about, I think about $5,000 to $6,000. We didn't have, $50,000 or $100,000, dollars from investors, coming in and whatnot. So yeah, we're pretty much starting from the ground up, and I think that's what's going to add, uniqueness and excitement, into us, because it's more motivation, it's more integrity to get out, to get this, great product out to people and, have an experience it.
And what are your backgrounds? Are both your backgrounds physically in the industry, or have you guys just been workout buffs throughout the years and again, decided to get into this?
Well, so I've actually been into sports ever since I was a little kid. I played actually baseball instead of softball, volleyball, ran track, played soccer. So I've always just been into working out. I love running. I didn't start weightlifting until about 3.5 years ago when Joe and I met. But ever since that, I've been pretty much trying out every supplement I can, and that's kind of why we got into this. We wanted to create the perfect pre-workout. And then I also worked about a year in a supplement store, so that's where I got a lot of my knowledge from, talking to customers and kind of doing my own research and learning about all the different ingredients and everything.
And then I guess my background.
I'm sorry. So, and Keegan, do you want to just continue to better yourself, or do you want to eventually maybe step on a stage in some capacity, or just be the best you can be?
Just be the best I can be.
Okay. And Joe, I'm sorry, I cut you off. Your turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. And then for my background, I guess I can go with my background to get why I even started, with supplements and whatnot. When I was 14 years old, I weighed about 350 pounds, and I got into football, and then I got into football, and then got into exercising, and that's where I really found my true passion for working out, weightlifting. Lost about 100 pounds, kept on losing weight, gaining muscle, got into supplements, and this is where it kind of really got started. I got in love with supplements, when I was 17 years old, and I went to school for business for about 2 years. And this is where I kind of learned how to market, and also to develop a business. And then, I went to kinesiology, and then to medical to become a physical therapist. It took all types of anatomy, physiology, microbiology, and the list goes on. And as time passed, this field I was getting into, I kind of realized physical therapy wasn't my true calling. And I started working for a supplement store for about a year with Keegan, and we pretty much ran the supplement store, with knowledge, getting customers, and pretty much helping people out. And the feeling that you get from helping someone out, using supplements, how to use them, seeing the results, it's just one of those feelings that you just fall in love with, and you just love helping people and whatnot. And so I started researching, supplements, knowledge, how to get into this field, and it's pretty much a lot of experience with trial and error, especially with products I've tried ever since I was, 16, 17 years old. And, we're pretty much starting out from, experience, knowledge. We don't have a, master's degree in, we don't have like a PhD or a master's degree in anatomy or anything, but we do have a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge, and we are definitely planning on, punching a hole in the industry and re-changing it.
So I want to go back to something you mentioned just a couple of minutes ago. You mentioned that you were a bigger kid. Did something happen? Did it trigger you to lose this weight, or was it just kind of wake up in the mirror and said, I'm done, it's time to slim down?
To be honest, when I was 350 pounds, I think I was 14 or 15 years old when I weighed that much, and one day I just, started walking, upstairs. I was just running out of breath, and I just realized that this is not the life I wanted to live. And, I knew exercise and getting in the health field will help me lose the weight. And ever since then, going from, I think it was like 46% body fat to, right now, which is 10% body fat, it's a major accomplishment for me. And this is the experience I want to share with people and, help individuals.
Do you ever get scared of relapsing? I don't know if you're anal compulsive with things you eat.
I am scared of relapsing, but to be honest, with the control that I have and the motivation, the power, and the scarcity of going back, a lot of motivation and how it really puts me forward, especially with, SIlverback Nutraceuticals.
So now, do you eat? Obviously, you eat well, but do you lean more towards the food? Do you try to just work out harder in the gym, or have you been able to find that balance of both?
To be honest, I actually found my balance recently when I started the ketogenic diet. I was doing the low carb diet, the paleo diet, and whatnot, and I found what worked for me was actually the ketogenic diet and whatnot, because my body doesn't digest carbs as well, and then also I do have my gallbladder out, so I can't digest fat as well easily.
So with the ketogenic, what type of carb? I mean, let me rephrase that. How many carbs you intaking a day then?
Not very much.
I want to say about 30 grams.
So your protein must be through the roof because if you're not again without a gallbladder, you're not, as you mentioned, you're not processing fats the way you should. So I'd think you're on a kind of a lower fat diet where ketogenic is sometimes higher, lower carbs. So your protein must be through the roof, no?
Yes, and that's what I noticed. My protein is through the roof. I noticed I'm getting better results, especially lowering down the carbs. My fat is still up, even though I don't have a gallbladder because I'm not digesting the carbs and whatnot, so it's a little easier to pass through. But yeah, it's definitely results are definitely there. And this is the best results I've been getting from a diet since I even went on a diet trend.
Now going through diets, I'm going to go off course here because I appreciate this conversation. As you mentioned, you tried paleo and a couple of other ones where you're just not getting the instant gratification, or was there something in the previous diet that kind of said, okay, I'm done, I'm going to go to the next one? I mean, what was the trial and error for that?
I guess to be honest, it was towards my goal. When I started the paleo diet, it was more for gaining lean muscle, getting more bulky and whatnot. And when I did the paleo, I noticed I was gaining more weight than I should. And whatnot. But yeah, the paleo worked, I think, for about 3 or 4 months, and then I got out of that because I was gaining a little bit too much weight, and then I actually went into keto, and that's what kind of helped me slim down and cut down the body fat a lot.
Interesting, because I've looked at the paleo myself, but I still can't give up a lot of the organic starches like the potatoes and sweet potatoes. I love my nuts and I'm a carnivore, but that's my downfall when it comes to paleo. I try to eat well, and I don't know if I really need a specific moniker per se, like a specific title diet, but I'm always interested in hearing what's working for different people, and I appreciate that insight.
Oh yeah, it's definitely hard, especially going from starches. It took about a 2-week transition to fully cut off carbs.
And then you're so far in now, do you ever get tempted, or is it just not even like an obstacle anymore?
To be honest, the temptation isn't there anymore.
So now on ketogenic, for people that are researching it, and obviously great to have somebody that's doing it, what do you do for dessert? Is there anything that's to what's what I'm looking for, to kill your sweet buds?
Protein shakes.
To be honest, protein shakes.
With almond milk.
Yeah, because I'll do like the protein shakes with almond milk. Since I can't do like the peanut butter or something like that, I'll do like the PB2, which works great, and it tastes amazing also.
But do you ever feel tempted to have a chocolate bar or a swatch of chocolate or anything? Or maybe that's me. I'm a sweet guy, not a salty guy.
I actually try to avoid any type of chocolate and whatnot. I'll do the dark chocolate, like in trail mix and whatnot. Like if I do like the raw almonds, I'll add like some dark chocolate chips and whatnot, but that's about it.
Interesting. And Keegan, I apologize because we went off on a tour here, but are you just a good eater, or are you following a certain diet as well?
I'm kind of following a diet. I'm trying to stay a little bit more cleaner because I'm trying to actually get down to 8% before I start bulking up again. So I'm trying to, push out the last 2%.
And Keegan, what about you? Do you follow a specific regime, or do you just kind of eat healthy yourself?
Well, I'm currently trying to bulk right now, but I definitely say that I'm kind of a health nut. I like to do a lot of like fruit and kale smoothies. I don't eat any red meat because of my headaches and stuff. So mainly like fish, tuna, lean chicken, turkey, lots of vegetables and fruit and greens.
So you try to get a lot of calories in through drinking calories, or are you able to actually eat solid foods and bulk up?
I just eat a lot. So I have a pretty good appetite, especially after lifting weights and stuff at the gym. I get really hungry, so definitely load up on like the sweet potatoes and the oatmeal and all that good stuff after.
Yeah, she'll get about 35 to 40 calories a day.
You read my mind. I was just going to ask you that. So do you break it down into macros, carbs, protein, and fat, or again, are you just eating to eat, and as long as it's good, healthy stuff on the plate?
I mainly just try to focus on eating healthy overall, but I do try to track my macros and make sure I'm getting enough protein, carbs, and fat in each meal.
So now, do you guys make different meals all the time? Do you guys make different meals? Is it hard to have one of you eat one way and one of you to eat another?
Yeah, it kind of is, but we kind of found our own little system and kind of work around that. It is kind of weird him cutting and me bulking, but yeah, it just takes a lot of planning, meal prep, and surprisingly, he doesn't have temptations of eating more carbs and stuff, which I'm surprised about. So we still eat together and everything. It's just, just a lot of planning and meal prep when we have downtime.
It's tough because I have myself, and I'm married with 2 kids, and it's always hard to eat good yourself where your kids are having fries, and you try to give them healthy stuff, but again, they're kids, they don't know any better, so it's tough. When it's ice cream night in the house, it's terrible. So, but guys, as things wind down here, I'm actually starting a brand new segment today called 5 Random Questions. Something to have the listeners learn a little bit more about you folks aside from, your fitness and your company and whatnot. So hopefully you guys are kind of up to play. I'll just throw a random question, and if you both want to spit the first thing that comes out of your mind, and we'll kind of just move along.
Awesome, let's do it.
So, Joel, I'll ask you first. What's the first supplement you ever used?
That is a really hard question. I want to say the first supplement I used was actually by Muscle Tech, SuppTalk.
And you, Keegan?
I believe it was actually the Adrenaline Cut pre-workout from Black Market.
Interesting. Okay. And what?
That was quite an experience. I was kind of running all over the gym.
Was it just because you were amped up on the caffeine?
Yeah, it was. That was the first supplement I tried. So I'm thinking I actually took a full scoop, and it was just a little too much, but it was fun. I had a good workout.
Oh, jeez. Keegan, what's your favorite exercise?
What's my favorite exercise?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a hard one. I really like doing the bench.
Flat bench or something specific?
What?
I'm sorry, flat bench or incline or something specific on the bench?
Yeah, just a flat bench, and then also probably squats.
And for you, Joe?
I love the bench press, the flat bench press, barbell. I love to see how much power I have, especially strength to the bench. So the bench press has always been my favorite. I think it's every male's favorite, to be honest.
As long as it's not Monday nights at the gym. As long as you're smart and do chest any other night besides Monday.
Oh, yeah, you're National Chest Day.
Joe, what do you think your best body part is? Or maybe I should ask each one of you folks, what's the other's best body part? And we can keep it clean.
I actually say her back. Her back, recently we've been training her back a little bit more and whatnot. It's getting a little bit more wider out. It's getting a little bit more defined. Her back looks really, really good.
I have to say, because Joe has so much power and he does do the bench a lot. His chest is probably, I would say, his chest and shoulders.
Oh.
It's really.
Okay. Now we'll go off the rails a little bit here. What's the worst movie you ever saw?
Worst movie?
Yeah.
I just saw one.
Well, for me, I liked it, but I saw Spider-Man 2 in movie theaters, and I got motion sickness and ended up throwing up.
Off a stable movie? Really?
Off of Spider-Man, because there's so much swinging and I got motion sickness.
I guess I could see that. I never thought about that. What about you, Joe?
I want to say, I hate to say this on the radio, but 50 Shades of Grey. I felt really weird watching it.
Jeez. Now you guys are at a bar. What's your favorite drink?
Well, let's see.
And for you, Keegan?
I don't know. I'm not much.
All right, so maybe not alcoholic. What's your favorite drink?
Shirley Temple.
Okay. So I appreciate you guys playing again. Just it gives listeners a little bit more of you guys as people versus just, again, the fitness buffs. But in closing, anything else you guys want to let the listeners know?
We're going to be doing, like I said earlier, we're doing a charity event at Mad Fitness tomorrow, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and we'll be there sampling out the Guardian Black and then also some of the Guardian White cuts pre-workout. And
you can also follow us on Facebook at SIlverback Nutra, and then also Instagram, SIlverback Nutra, and also Twitter, SIlverback_Nutra. And we'll also be doing coupons, newsletter, discounts. If you subscribe with us on our website, SilverbackNutraceuticals.com, we'll send you newsletter, coupons. Then also for the show, if you use SuppTalk 10, you'll get 10% off your purchase with us.
Excellent. We appreciate that. And Keegan, one more time, the demo that you're doing tomorrow, what's the location, city and state?
It's Mad Fitness at Santa Barbara, California. So it's a Mad
Perfect.
Fitness gym, and it's a charity event for the Teddy Bear Cancer Foundation. They're trying to raise $20,000. So we're going to actually be donating $5 from every bottle we sell to the charity.
And plus, we're also going to be offering one bottle also to a raffle or a silent auction.
That's great. And what about, I know you guys are adding a lot of ambassadors or athletes. You want to give any of these folks a quick shout-out?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We'll definitely want to give a shout-out to Brianna, Moses, Alex, Mia, Alfred, Erica. You guys are awesome. You guys have always supported us since the beginning, and definitely excited to have everyone on board.
Perfect. Anything in closing from you, Keegan?
I'm really excited for this journey, and I hope you guys learned a lot about our product and are just as excited as we are about it.
Excellent. I know the listeners have been as well as myself. I want to thank both Joe and Keegan of SIlverback Nutraceuticals for joining us, and also you, the fans, making us what we are today. Be sure to stick around for another episode of the Stack Supplement Minute after this talk. And as always, have a great week. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Welcome back to another episode of the Stacked Supplement Minute. As always, we are joined by Shane Smith, Editor-in-Chief of Stack.com. Shane, how are you today?
Good to be back again, thank you.
So what's new and exciting in the land of supplements this week, Shane?
It definitely didn't have as exciting a week as it did last week, but still a lot of interesting pieces that come out. The first one I got is Olympus Labs. The guys they were in the second or third top-ranked brand that we had from last year, I think. They made massive improvements over the last 12 months, and they're kind of keeping it going this year, and it's nothing overly definitive or anything just that yet, but they kind of confirmed that they got a new pre-workout coming out. It's called Rain. It's going to replace their current one, Conquer, which has also already had such a high reputation and has only been on the market for, I think it was 6 months, and that was 6 months after they reformulated it as well. So they are turning their pre-workouts. I think this would be their third new pre-workout in probably 13, 14 months, and that's going to be launched first week or second week of May, I believe. Next on the list, this is kind of it's exciting for Civation fans, but this is, if you're in the US, it's probably not going to be too good until I guess we find out more. But there's a distributor / retailer in Europe, and they sell to Finland, and I think it was Sweden, and there's a few countries in Europe, and they got an exclusive flavor to celebrate. I can't quite remember what they're celebrating, but the flavor is strawberry champagne, and it's only available through this retailer distributor. Although I was told that it's only exclusive for now, so they haven't really said, or kind of hints at it possibly coming to the US and other locations, but it is for now only in Europe. The next one I have is, and this was a bit of news that came in earlier in the week, and it's from the guys over at EVL. They're keeping their new releases going. They've been pretty busy since I think it was December, they just did, I think they turned their protein powder into a Stack Protein series, and now they're going to follow up their Recover Mode, which is their post-workout product that just dropped. They're going to be doing a new pump pre-workout called Pump Mode. It's very similar. There's quite a few products out there that kind of go off this philosophy of keeping things short, sweet, and kind of convenient. Because Pump Mode's the unflavored powder, but it is basically just 4 ingredients. There's vitamin C, D, hydromax glycerol, and betaine nitrate, the NO3T branded betaine nitrate. And that one we have confirmed is going to be available bang on April 10th. And that's going to be through bodybuilding.com. But knowing them, it might come a few days early, but by April 10th is what I'm being told.
Interesting. And
another one I have is, and this was another one that came out earlier in the week, and this was from Nutraceuticals, who actually they were teasing a new pre-workout called StimX, and they're pretty planned. They plan their things pretty exact, and they were saying that the pre-workout wouldn't be coming until April 11th, but due to, I guess, some miracles or something, the product has dropped 3 or 4 weeks early. And so they kind of just unveiled everything, launched it, and it's basically, if you're a Nutrabolics fan, they already had a pre-workout available called Supernova, which was purely performance pre-workout, heavy on citrulline, a lot of number of other ingredients. And this one, StimX, is very similar, but it's focused more on the stim side. So there's no citrulines in this one. I'm pretty sure the only thing that's really different about it is that it's got, I believe it's theobromine,
okay.
And it's sort of just a stimulant type version for people that don't really want to pay all the money for the extra performance ingredients. Basically an energized alternative is what we were calling it.
Something, Shane, something lower on the stim scale or higher, or have they released the actual caffeine content?
Oh, they've released the full label and everything like that. It's kind of a trick. A lot of things in common with Supernova, but they are promoting it more for stim fans, if that makes sense. Like stimulant-wise, ingredients-wise, there isn't too much different about it, but they've just taken a few things which I would think, or I would assume, would mean that you're not going to get that extra performance boost, which would probably, or in my experience, makes you feel the energy a little bit better when you don't have all the other effects that are going on in it.
Gotcha.
And the last one I have, and this was, I thought this was really creative, but it's got a ton of interaction, it's got a ton of attention since we posted about it, and this is another pre-workout from the guys over at Gamma Labs. And if you don't know Gamma Labs, they're kind of most known for their product G Fuel, which is basically a gaming supplement that kind of increases energy, focus. It's my go-to for basically when I want to work an extra hour or two at night. And they've been they've done products in different categories over the years. Like, I think their last one I saw was, PTF, and that was a pre-workout, and then that came and went. But they're back in the pre-workout category again with a product called 24K. Now the formula on this, it's nothing new. It's filled with a lot of common ingredients. You've got malate, creatine. Some of them aren't anywhere near as high dose. The key thing that I think just attracted a lot of people on this one was that they actually they put real 24-karat gold flakes in the product.
I did see that. And have they addressed why or what the efficacy of putting that in?
So they hit me up last week and they were like, "We got a new product coming. We'd be interested in getting some exposure on it." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And I didn't hear anything more. And then it kind of surfaced over the weekend, and we got it out there and we put all the information and we even got a video together, and the response, like from my experience, the response on Facebook is always going to be kind of negative. You don't really see people giving nice compliments in Facebook comments. And I've been trying to reach out to them just to kind of get more information or see if there's anything they want to add, but I've texted, I've emailed, I think I've emailed 3 times. I've got nothing, so I don't know whether they're kind of they don't like the reaction, but from my understanding in the description there was nothing about the gold actually having any impact. I think it's just a nice little gimmick that goes with the name, sure. 24 karat. They're not really promising anything. A lot of the benefits that they're promoting is from the main ingredients like beta-alanine, taurine, caffeine, stuff like that. So it's just, I think it's a nice creative addition. I would certainly like to see what it actually looks like in the powder, but I'm pretty sure it's the very first supplement to use gold.
I'd also be curious on what the price point would be when it finally drops.
It's always like they have it on their site listed for $69, and that's for a 40-serving tub. But the catch with that one is that because it's listed on their site as that price, people always complain when I write prices like from the sites. They're like, oh, that's too bloody expensive. But you have to understand that brands sometimes, I remember back in the day, BSN would have like 2-pound proteins for like $60-70. They always mark it up like crazy on their sites. And you can't really, and you never know, they might be tripling it, it might be right on, it might cost $70 in store, but you're not going to know until you actually see it in stores and stuff like that.
Well, Shane, I always appreciate the knowledge and the wisdom you share. For any companies that want to get in touch with you, what's the best way to reach out to you?
Just go to the site and you can reach out. There's a number of different little links we have on there, and you can just message through Facebook or Instagram or stuff like that. So, yeah.
Perfect. And as always, folks, we appreciate you sticking around for the Stacked Supplement Minute. Take care.